Russia and North Korea strengthen diplomatic alliance in response to pressure from Western powers. While the traditional geopolitical system continues to collapse, some nations are moving against the guidelines imposed by global organizations. This is the case of Russia and North Korea, which have just consolidated another stage of their strategic cooperation. This week, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov received North Korean Foreign Minister Cho Sun-hui for the second round of the so-called bilateral strategic dialogue. The meeting was marked by a firm stance on both sides in defense of national sovereignty, multipolar balance, and rejection of sanctions and interference imposed by powers still trying to maintain the old system under control. Lavrov declared that the alliance between Russia and North Korea is based on mutual respect and common interests, words that sound like a direct message to the nations that, under the banner of a supposed global agenda of peace and sustainability, has been promoting hybrid wars, economic blockades, and political manipulation. The North Korean chancellor reinforced that her country will not accept being drawn into mechanisms of financial or military dependence, and that the rapprochement with Russia represents not only a strategic alliance, but also a front of resistance to the systemic domination imposed by the global financial axis. A silent realignment. While the mainstream Western media tries to minimize or distort these rapprochements, the truth is that a number of countries, such as Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, and other nations of the global South, are seeking alternative routes for trade, defense, and technological cooperation, far from the reach of major central banks, big tech, and Western military blocs. This realignment is a direct response to the erosion of international structures that claim to defend democracy but, in practice, impose censorship, surveillance, conflict, and calculated scarcity. End of the narrative monopoly. What is happening in Moscow and Pyongyang is not just diplomacy, it is an ethical stance in a world where freedom is under attack. These are countries saying no to the single global government model, to cultural manipulation, and to the dismantling of individual and national sovereignty. Perhaps we are witnessing the emergence of a new axis of leadership that refuses to participate in the mass control experiment promoted by certain transnational organizations.